Fight fans, and fight fans. This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News. And I was waiting for this. I had to post this after the Derek Chisora, Dillian Whyte fight. But like I promised you guys, I have to report what happened directly after that. Dillian Whyte called out Anthony Joshua. He called him like a lanky bitch or something like that. It was censored out, so I don't know what he exactly called him, but that pissed Anthony Joshua off. Anthony Joshua went to the side ropes. He was like, "Hey, say it in my face." You know what I mean? And Dillian Whyte, "Hey, stay outside of the ring." That's why he stayed like where he was at. And he was able to talk, through the intercom because they handed him the mic from where he was standing. So, he gave respect, like he said. And, Dillian Whyte got pissed off because he didn't like the he didn't like the response that Anthony Joshua stated. Well, anyway, Anthony Joshua was being interviewed, and he was just like, "Hey, I don't like how people disrespect me because I showed him respect, and if he's serious about, saying that type of shit to me or whatnot, why don't you step to me man to man and show me what you're about? Don't mention my name if you're not serious, if you don't want to fight." He also mentioned Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder, and I know Deontay Wilder, all he's been talking about is Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua this, Anthony Joshua that. And I think it's becoming frustrating because they kept asking him, "Are you frustrated? You look annoyed." He was like, "No, I'm not annoyed. I'm just ready." You know what I mean? But it's like, you're ready because you're annoyed. I feel you're annoyed. I don't think that this is just coming from someone that just really wants to fight. He's like, yeah, it's a fan-friendly sport or whatnot. But, he was like, "No, I'm ready to knock one of these guys out. They're not on my level. I'll knock out Deontay Wilder. I'll knock out Dillian Whyte. And if I do fight you, Dillian Whyte, and Deontay Wilder doesn't want to step up, and I fight you and knock you out again, I don't want to hear no excuses. I don't want to hear how he picked the easiest fight or whatever." So, yes, it's coming to a head, okay, with Anthony Joshua, and you can tell from this interview. Of course, I'm going to post it below, for you guys, let you guys look at it. It's only a couple of minutes long, but what he said in a couple of minutes was fierce aggression and someone that's fed up with a bunch of shit talk. The critics, sometimes, being at that level, it gets frustrating. People talk shit. People hate. You know what I mean? It's haters of Anthony Joshua. Sure. You know what I mean? It's time for me to make another volume because I've had a haters of volume 1 and I've planned to make a volume 2. I might as well get around to it sometime next week. You know what I mean? But I got a lot to cover this week, with the fights that we have going on as of now. But no, Anthony Joshua, and they were like, "What are you going to do for Christmas?" They tried to change the subject. He was like, "No, you know what I'm doing? I'm trying to celebrate and thinking about knocking one of these guys out." You know what I mean? I don't really care. That's what he's wanting. So he's in straight savage mode. He's ready to whoop somebody's ass. And then see, this is what was going to happen. And I know Deontay Wilder. This is why I feel Deontay Wilder didn't want to see Anthony Joshua in the States. He knew where he was at. You know what I'm saying? He knew where he was at all week. He knew that. But he knew there was no time. Because here's the deal. If Deontay Wilder was so adamant on fighting a person, it's one-sided to assume someone's going to come to your fucking fight. You know what I mean? Or come to where you are. And then it's easy for you to say, "Why didn't he come to where I'm at?" But then you made no effort to go where you knew he was at. You see what I'm saying? To have a face-to-face recognition after the last time you guys were talking. And that was in March of last year when he defeated Klitschko. You see what I'm saying? And the problem, I think, with Anthony Joshua, he's getting annoyed and pissed off. And this is coming from that frustration because he sees these guys that were patting him on the back, kissing his ass, telling him this, smiling in his face, being two-faced, in other words. You know what I mean? Like Jerrell Big Baby Miller, like Deontay Wilder. These guys, "Oh man, Anthony, you just lit over here. I got to do it like y'all doing it over here." And you know how you go from that to no more dodge and no more ducking. You scared, you a coward. You need to be ashamed of yourself why you don't want to fight me. But you don't never want to be anywhere where this guy's at. You know what I'm saying? Again, if someone pays you to be at a place and you decide not to be there because you quote unquote can't get in the ring, you know, that has nothing to do with it. See, that ring shit today with Dillian Whyte and Anthony Joshua, that wasn't planned. That was just Dillian Whyte talking shit and made Anthony Joshua come up, or thinking Anthony Joshua was going to sit there and skin and grin for the cameras and sit in his seat. That didn't happen. You know, so again, going back to Anthony Joshua, people think they take his kindness for weakness, you know, and I think this is just one of those situations where you see where a person will get pissed off and can get pissed off. He's only human, people. It will happen, and it did happen. You know, and so if Deontay Wilder, he sees Deontay Wilder, they're going to have words. Sign a fucking contract if you want to fight me. Because all I've been hearing from DW is a bunch of whining ass talk about a fight that he really don't want to happen. He can make that fight happen, and it's really up to him. And I know that's frustrating or whatever, because people, you got to line people up, you know, from most importance to less importance. I get it. You know what I mean? And you're trying to get a guy in the ring to knock his ass out, to take that last belt, that last quote unquote key to the city, that last quote unquote infinity stone. I get it. You know what I mean? But then you got guys like Dillian Whyte talking shit, Jerrell Miller talking shit. You know, it's lonely at the top. I get it. And you get frustrated. Ask Floyd. Ask Manny. You know what I mean? That's a lot of guys that's on top, that was on top at once upon a time, that had a bunch of haters. They exist, people, you know, and the pressure's on. And he said it again. He also said it's a pressure and to keep the fans happy. You know what I mean? So it's not only the haters, it's also the fans, you know, that criticize him for taking the fights that he can't get because these dudes don't want smoke. They really don't want that fight. And he's the money guy. He's like the fucking heavyweight Canelo. And you know, everybody wants to fight Canelo. You know what I mean? But in the heavyweight division, everyone wants to talk shit about fighting Anthony Joshua, but they really don't. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about the eruption or the semi-eruption of Anthony Joshua. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunched. Peace.